All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Odoo Live. My name is Chetali, and I'm your host for the webinar today. I'm joined with my colleague Thomas.
Hi guys.
Thomas is a business consultant for partnerships here at Odoo Brussels, and he'll be going over some of the key benefits and opportunities of the Odoo Partner Program, as well as presenting some of the new features and the new developments, which are really interesting, especially for new partners. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, you can always ask your questions by logging in with your Google account on the YouTube live chat, which is on the side, and we'll get back to you at the end of his presentation. Other than that, if you'd like to email or if you'd like to get in touch with Thomas directly, you have a link that's at the bottom of the YouTube description, or you can email him on het@odoo.com. I think that's all that I have. Over to you, Thomas.
Thank you for the introduction. My name is Thomas. I am a business consultant here at Odoo in the Partnership and Alliance team, working from the Brussels offices and responsible, in fact, for the whole EMEA region. So that's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. On a day-to-day basis, what we actually do is work with new partners, facilitate the onboarding process with the new partners, and also assist them with their projects that they're currently having. Okay, so on the menu for today, what we're going to do first, I'm going to give a general overview of what is Odoo for people who have no real knowledge on what Odoo really is, who are very curious, and that's why they're joining us. I'm also gonna talk a little bit about the Odoo value proposition, why you should go with Odoo, why you should start reselling Odoo and another software. And then I'm going to talk about the revised partnership. As most of you guys know, or maybe haven't, we revamped the partnership program a bit all over the world. So it's the same for the EMEA, APAC, and the Americas to offer a better service to the end customers and to the partners as well. So I'm going to touch upon that as well. Then I'm going to tell a little bit more on how Odoo will support our partners in the future. And then we're going to end with a Q&A session. So if you have a question during the presentation, just write it on the live chat and I will be glad to answer it after the presentation. Okay, so let's dive right in. So first, what is Odoo? Okay, so here is the Odoo group. It all started in Grand Rosière, where I'm at right now. So it's in a farm a little bit south of Brussels, but it expanded very quickly. So now we are present in over 120 countries all over the world. We have 5 offices around the world as well. So we get an office in San Francisco and in New York to take care of the Americas, in Brussels, Luxembourg, and Grand Rosière to take care of the EMEA, in India, where most of our R&D and R&D and sales are, and then also in Hong Kong to take care of the APAC region. So on Odoo, we have more than 12,000 different applications. We are currently with 380 employees, but we are growing very fast. We have our partner network. I think it was recently last month. We made the threshold of 1,000 partners plus, so that's also a big achievement for us. We are having 2,000 downloads a day, which makes us the most installed management software so far. We got almost 50,000 users using the Enterprise Edition, and 3.7 million in grand total. Okay, so if I would have to describe Odoo in one word, I would definitely say grow. We are growing like crazy, and that's also why we are in desperate need of new partners. Okay, this is a small overview of the partners of the clients that are currently using Odoo. As you can see, we have some large names in there: Shell, Danone, Hyundai, McKinsey and Company, and so forth, but also a lot of small and medium-sized businesses. The SMEs is primarily still our target group, but this is expanding. This is changing a lot. So now our software is also ready to target those larger accounts as well. Okay, so the Odoo value proposition, why you should go with Odoo. Okay, so here in this graph you will see you have two axes. On the y-axis you see the product scope, meaning, okay, how much can a software do? How much can a software manage of your business? And then you also got the usability. Okay, usability is how user-friendly is it for your employees and for the managers. Okay, what you can see here in the left top corner is you got those big names, SAP, NetSuite, Oracle, and all of that. Those companies excel in product scope. You can manage the whole business, starting from a website up to your production, to the shipment, to literally everything. But what you see is they also score very low on usability. To use SAP, to use Oracle as the end user, it's quite difficult. Okay, it's not that user friendly as, for example, other softwares. Then the other way around, you have the same. If you go on the right bottom, you see at the right bottom, you see Salesforce, you see Zoho, and other applications like that. Those product scope wise, they're not performing that good because they are operating in a niche. For example, Salesforce, they only focus on the sales aspect, but what they do in their niche, they're very good at, and they're very user friendly as well. Odoo, what Odoo tries to do is combine the best of both worlds. So we try to have the largest product scope as possible while still being very user friendly at the same time. Okay, I'm not saying that we are there yet, but we are definitely on the right way to go. Okay, so if we take a look at the left, you see this is how most of the SMEs businesses are managed today. They use different kind of software for each different problem. For example, they will use HubSpot for their CRM, Salesforce for their sales, Asana for their project management, Slack for their internal communication and external communication, Mailchimp for their mass mailing, still Excel or QuickBooks for the accounting, and Fleetio for the fleet management, and all of that. You see, so they use different kind of softwares to manage a different kind of problem. But of course, the more software that you get, the harder it is to integrate. And also for new employees starting to work in that company, suddenly they have to be capable of using all those softwares all together every single day. And by simply organizing your business like this, unconsciously you lose lots of productivity. Okay, it's not that easy for your employees, and they lose a lot of precious time. Odoo tries to simplify the way you use your the way you manage your business, simply by offering an all-in-one solution. You just open your web browser, you log in into your Odoo account, and you can do literally everything from it. Okay, your productivity will increase, and also your employees will be much happier because they don't have to take care of the daily hustle and struggles of combining all those different management softwares in one. So another very important part of Odoo, which is our value proposition, is that everything is integrated with each other. So we got different applications for different business needs, ranging from website up to production or manufacturing. But the beauty of it is that they're all tightly integrated with each other. For example, from the website, you have a direct integration with the e-commerce, which is then integrated with CRM, with point of sale, and so forth. So, for example, somebody who filled in a contact form on your website will automatically pops up in your CRM where you can follow the whole sales cycle. If somebody from your website orders something online, it will pops up in the e-commerce application, and you can track their shopping activity as you go. Okay, so you don't have to put in numbers twice. It's just it's there, and it will follow the whole track from leads to opportunities to a sale order to a manufacturing order to even the accounting part. Okay, so fully integrated apps is also something very important, and that you need to remember when thinking of Odoo. Okay, another thing, if we're looking at different softwares right now, we see that the software is built around accounting. Okay, accounting, for most of the software, accounting is the main part. It's the heart of the organization. And we do not deny that, by the way. So, and around accounting, then you'll have the sales, the purchases, the inventory, and the manufacturing built around that. But what we see right now, we see a shift in the way that businesses have to operate. Modern companies have new challenges with everything being digital. You got the e-commerce side, you got the customer services, which is more and more important because you literally have to have a good relationship with your customers in order to make it in this world of competition. The communication has to be there as well, and marketing. So the primary focus is not only on accounting anymore. There's many different factors that also come into play, and that's something that Odoo tries to handle. Okay, Odoo is customer centric, so we start from the customer. The customer is the most important thing, and then we're gonna build around that. So marketing is gonna be marketing, accounting, purchase and sales is built around the customer. So everything starts from the customer. That's also a different approach that we see that Odoo is doing right now. Okay, so this is there was a little bit of an explanation about what Odoo is. And now we're gonna dive a little bit deeper in the actual partnership. Okay, partnership, what is it? It's literally offering Odoo services to the end users. What you see here is that we got different ways to sell Odoo. Okay, so here at Odoo we got three different editions. We got the community, we got the enterprise, and we also got Odoo SH. In the enterprise, we also got Odoo Online. The community, it's where it all starts. It's fully open source, but it's fully open source, and it's also free to use, but it also contains limited and basic features and modules. Okay, if a partner wants to sell Odoo community, the profit will be less than selling other editions. Why? Simply because the end client doesn't have to pay for any licenses, so you miss out that part of the revenue. The time cost is also higher. Why? Because as a partner and the Odoo community, since I've told you that it's basic features and modules, you will have to add lots of different modules and development on top of it, which is definitely very time consuming. Then we got the enterprise. Okay, for the enterprise, that's where the partnership comes into play. So to be able to sell the enterprise edition, you have to become a partner. The Enterprise Edition is the payable edition of Odoo, and it contains full features of all modules. Okay, the profit is higher simply because you will also receive the revenue generated from the licenses. Time cost is also less. Why? Because it's already a fully featured software, a fully featured solution. So there's much less development time. Now we also got Odoo SH. Odoo SH is something that we launched very recently. It's a platform hosted by Odoo on the cloud, where end customers can actually do the hosting of their database on Odoo SH. The benefit for the end customer is simply that it's hosted within the Odoo environment. We will take care of the backups, we will take care of the securities and everything, so they don't have to host it anymore at a third-party hosting service. They can just host it at Odoo. The benefit for the partner is that it's tightly integrated with GitHub, meaning that the development on Odoo SH is much more easier than before. Before, you actually had to go, for example, if you wanted to do some development on the Enterprise Edition, which was installed on premise, you actually had to go there and develop it there. Now you can simply develop from the cloud out. It's also integrated with the Odoo App Store, which makes it very easy. It's just literally one click, and you can install almost every application that's available on the Odoo App Store into your database. Okay, the profit is again higher for the partners, because not only does they get the revenue generated from their own services, they also get revenue from the licenses, the enterprise licenses, plus they get revenue from Odoo SH as well. The time is again limited and is again less. Why? Because Odoo SH simply makes it possible to do the development at a much lower cost. Okay. So again, as told before, we here at Odoo, for the community, we do not recruit partners. The community, you can sell the community without being a partner. It's especially for the enterprise model that we are recruiting partners. So this is a little bit the enterprise model. So Odoo, what will Odoo do? Odoo will offer professional services, value proposition, and training towards the partner, and then the partner will actively sell Odoo Enterprise plus the partner services to the customer. So this is a little bit how the cycle goes. So we will make sure that the partner is fully trained on the solution. We will support them as well via account management and so forth. I will go more into detail that in a later phase. And we'll make sure that the partner is actually ready to start implementing the software towards the end client. Then the partner will be in direct contact with the end client and actually perform the implementation and perform the project towards the customer. What is a revenue stream for the partners? Okay, so on the community, what you will get is you see right here on the slide. On the community, you will get 100% of your own partner services. This is totally for you. What we understand under partner services is, first of all, it's the implementation of the implementation of Odoo with the customer, import of the data, the customization of modules or the configuration of modules, also the extra training of the employees on the software, and also the extra support and after support. Okay, for both the 3 levels, so even if you sell community, on-premise / the enterprise or Odoo SH, you will receive full 100% of the money that you charge yourself. Okay, this is totally revenue for you. On top of that, you also get commissions on the licenses. Okay, for the community, since it's free free to use, you of course do not get any commissions. For the license, the on-premise, so the enterprise edition, you will get 10, 15, or 20%, depending on your partnership level. Okay. And then on Odoo SH, you also get the license, the commission on the licenses, and on top of that, you also will receive 100% commission if you manage to sell Odoo SH. Then you have to, of course, take out the development cost. So for the community, as we talked about earlier, the development cost is much higher, and you also have to deduct the hosting cost. Okay, you also have to host your database somewhere. This also has to be paid, and then you will receive your total revenue. For the license, for the enterprise edition, same. The development is a little bit less, but you also have to pay for the hosting cost, which ends up that the revenue is a little bit higher. And then if you manage to sell Odoo SH, the development cost is much lower, and you don't have to take into account the extra hosting options, so you end up with the highest revenue. Okay, so and in the beginning of the presentation, I told you that we revamped a bit the official partnership. Before, you only got the partnership program where you got 3 levels: ready, silver, gold, and that was it. But what we saw is that for some people, even though they were inclined to become a partner, the initial investment cost was a little bit too high. So what we did is we installed a new program, and we called it the Learning Partnership. Okay, why did we do that? First of all, we want to give all partners, or everyone who would like to work with Odoo, we want to give them the incentive to go for the enterprise. In the beginning, they could just sell the community, and that's what they did. But now we want to give also partners who are just trying to figure out their way around Odoo. They haven't made their decision yet to become a fully ready partner. We also want to give them the incentive to go with the enterprise, and that's why we included in the Learning Partnership also commissions. But I will talk about that later. We also thought, like, okay, for people who just started knowing about Odoo and they would like to resell Odoo in the future, we saw that they were in need of some training. They had to be trained first in order to start the first project. It was kind of a little bit illogical if you didn't know anything about Odoo, but you saw that Odoo is growing in your market and you want to grab that opportunity, that you had to pay full price first and then start with the learning. It's kind of a little bit contradictory. So that's why we start, okay, if you want to do that, just start with a Learning Partnership, and we will give you the opportunity to get to know Odoo in the form of an e-learning platform. Another reason is that we saw that a lot of smaller companies and startups, for them the initial partnership fee was simply too high. The investment cost was a little bit too high for them, but we noticed that a lot of those companies also had great potential to become an official partner and to perform. They had the expertise, they had the skills, they had the motivation. They simply didn't have the initial investment. So that's why we also wanted to lower the barrier to entry. So those company also can jump into this opportunity and start reselling Odoo. And lastly, we also wanted to have an alignment with the competition. We saw that the competition also offers learning partnership program, an entry partnership program, let's say, and we think it's more than fair that we did it as well. Okay, so what is now really the difference between a learning and the official partnership? So here are a little bit the benefits included in the partnership program. And as you can see on the learning partnership, we really focus on making sure those companies get acquainted with Odoo to see how we operate. What do they do? So they have access to the e-learning product training. It's a platform where we regularly update new videos on the Odoo solution. It's functional and partnership wise. So on the functional side, we focus, okay, how does the accounting application work? How does the project application work? It's very important for partners to know, of course, what they are selling. They have to know their product in order to sell it better. So we'll make sure that they get aligned with that. The other thing is the partnership knowledge base. And there we focus on, okay, how can a company perform good partnership services? How do you do implementation? How can I increase my productivity? Which methodologies should I use when implementing a project? All of that stuff. Okay. We also going to give you brand rights. So you, as a learning partner, can say to your customer, hey, look, I have an affiliation with Odoo. I'm in contact with them, and I can use the learning partner logo. Okay, it's important towards your clients to show them that you are indeed in some way connected with Odoo, that you're not outside of it. Okay, and then you will also get access to the GitHub enterprise repository, meaning that you will get access to the source code. Okay, and of course, you will also have the ability to sell the enterprise edition of Odoo. Then, these are the things you will receive for the learning partner. On top of that, if you would like to become an official partner, it's more or less the same, except for the brand rights. You will have the official Odoo partnership, so you're not a learning partner, but you're really a ready partner. You will also get visibility on the website. You also have the ability to participate in roadshows. Roadshows is where we, together with the partner, organize an event in their respective country or city, and we try to demonstrate the Odoo software, and we also try to create brand awareness in your respective markets to increase your sales afterwards. You also are entitled of offshore developments. For example, if you have a project which requires lots of development, but you don't want to do them yourself, you have the ability to rely on official Odoo developers to do it for you. You will also receive leads from Odoo itself, and you also will have a dedicated account manager. Account managers are also people, they're sitting in the Brussels offices. They are assigned to their own market, so they know their respective markets. They know Odoo, and they will try to help you in any way possible. But I will talk more about that later as well. Then the commissions. So even as a learning partner, you will receive a 10% commission on if you manage to sell the enterprise license. For the official partners, for the official partnership, as a ready partner, you will receive also 10. As a silver, you will receive 15, and as a gold, you will receive 20. How you can become a silver and a golden partner is simply, you cannot buy it, but we believe that silver or golden partnership status should be based on achievements. If you manage to sell 50 licenses in your first year, you will be elevated towards a silver partnership. If you manage to sell 150 licenses, you will become a golden partner. Okay. On Odoo SH, again, like I've discussed this before, as a learning partner, if you manage to sell Odoo SH, you will receive 10% of that revenue. If for the official partners, you will get 100% commissions every time you manage to sell Odoo SH. Okay. So with this whole revamp of the partnership program, we also decided to create a partner dashboard, which makes it much easier for existing partners as learning partners to navigate through their partnership portal. So quickly, this is a little bit how it looks like. So here you'll find all the information about your company. You can publish it on the website or not. Of course, this is only for ready partners. Here you will see your grade. It says right here that I'm not a partner, but you can be a learning partner or an official partner. This goes into the businesses. For example, here you will see the commissions that I'm about to receive, the commissions that I received in the last 2 months. You will see all the opportunities, the leads that we have talked about. You can track them right here. And you can also see how many licenses you have sold or active users you have sold on the enterprise so far. Then here we go on the learning part of the dashboard, where you have the product e-learning course. As we talked about, this is really about the functional side. Then the partner knowledge, how to perform partner services, how many people within the company are certified or get the certification right here, and also the frequently asked questions and all the documentation. And also here some more information about the GitHub access, the Odoo Enterprise, and the Odoo Stage. Here you can find the partner services. Okay, do I have a success pack put in place? You can track it right there. And here the developers on demand. A little bit of marketing. And here the statistics. For example, now in Norway, this is how many leads we receive, how many partners we have, how many customers we have in that respective area. And then also some legal documents. So it's much nicer now for partners and much easier now for partners to actually navigate and keep track on what they have been doing so far during their partnership program. Okay, and then maybe the most important part, imagine you become a partner. How does Odoo help you? Okay, so the Odoo support, it all boils down to 3 pillars. So we got technical support, commercial support, and functional support. Okay, functional support is, as I told you, it's with the e-learning platform. You will have access to it. Everyone in your company as well. Every employee will have access to the videos, and they're very easy to use. They're up to date, and you can simply start learning about the functional side of Odoo. On top of that, for example, if you have a project and they're asking some very difficult questions that you don't know the answer to because you're not functional with it yet, you can also rely on the partner success packs, where functional consultants of Odoo will help you. The partner success packs, they come at an additional charge, by the way. Then on the commercial part, this is really pre-sales, getting revenue for you, getting sales for you. How do we help? First of all, it's your account manager, as told before. Your account manager, you can involve them throughout the sales cycle with your prospect. They know how to sell Odoo. They know how the market works, and they're literally there to help you. Okay. Any question that you might have, just talk with them. Also, strategic wise, they know, okay, which pricing should I use for this? What should I do with this project? Should I drop it? Should I continue? How should I go about it? Just ask them. They're literally your point of contact within Odoo. They also make sure that you are backed up by Odoo. Okay. For example, if you're going to a client, you have your account manager. You have to keep him in the back, because he can help you on that specific project. Okay. Also, visibility and reputation wise. Okay, you will be published on our official website as a ready partner, and especially in the mindset of end users, this is a huge deal, because they probably only want to work with official partners, so they know that when something goes wrong, you as a partner, you're backed up by Odoo. Imagine they have a bug. Normally that doesn't happen, but imagine if they do, then you can just tell to your account manager, like, hey, I got something wrong, and the account manager will just make sure that you will receive top priority on that issue. So they're there to help you, and it's a reputation tool to advertise or to market towards your client that you are officially backed up by Odoo. Also, business development. Odoo has we generate leads from ourselves, and what we do is we qualify them, or we just directly pass it onto our partners. So you will receive some leads from Odoo, which eventually will be converted into opportunities and will be converted into actual clients, paying customers. We will also provide you some marketing materials for you to better to better brand and market your own company together with Odoo, and to create some brand awareness in your country. And then we also offer roadshows, as explained before. Then on the technical side, okay, so what we do is we have, first of all, we got online documentations put in place where the more technical people in your company can take a look at, so they know, okay, how to go about development in Odoo, how to start developing within an Odoo environment, okay. If this is still not enough, you can also rely on our partner success packs, where technical consultants can help you on the project side by side. Okay, so they're not gonna do it for you, but they're gonna work alongside you, and in the process also train you, so you can do it next time. You can do it yourself. If this is still not the case for you, if you still if you're still not comfortable enough with this, then we also have the developers on demand, where you can rely on Odoo developers to do the job for you. Okay, the cost is around $120 a day, which is also a very affordable price, and this is also something that we only give out to our partners. Okay, so this was in very short a little bit what's Odoo, what's the partnership program, and what's new with the learning partnership and the official partnership. Right now we're gonna do a little Q&A. If you want to know more about this, you can simply write me an email. My email address is right there, so it's het@odoo.com. Just drop me an email stating that you watched the webinar, and I will follow up with you as soon as possible, and then we can discuss this a little bit more in detail and a little bit more specific to your needs. Okay, thank you very much in advance.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Thomas. We actually do have one question. One of the things that we were to mention was the cost structure of the partnership program. Maybe something can go over as well.
Okay, so this is also something that we changed. So right now, related to cost, we thought it was fair to adjust the cost of the partnership towards the region where the partner is from. So, for example, the Ready partnership is 2,950 in Europe, 2,450 in the Middle East and southwest of Europe, and it's 1,950 in the African countries. For the learning partnership, it's 590 euros in Europe as well, 490 euros in the Middle East and southwest of Europe, and $390 in Africa to become a learning partner.
Thank you. I'm just actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the link of the pricing page.
Yes.
We have that. I think it's odoo.com/pricing.
Mm-hmm.
So that you also have the link that you can go see, depending on where you're based geographically, what pricing, I would say, limit applies to you.
Yeah. We also got, so each one of you can also, if you go to odoo.com or you just type in Google Odoo, become a partner.
Yeah.
We also revamped the website, so you can see there everything there is to know. You can also, on the top right, you can go to pricing, and then you'll also find the correct pricing for your geographic region.
Yeah, I mean, just to be short, we are very transparent about pricing, and you can clearly see the final markup, like final price, on the page directly. I've added a link in the chat, so for those of you who would like to see which price applies, you can just click on that.
Yeah. For Asia, since I am responsible for the EMEA region, I do not know the correct pricing for Asia. The best way to do is go again on the website, go to your partner's dashboard, and if you scroll down until the end, you will have a contact formula of one of our business consultants operating from the Hong Kong office, and I'm 100% sure they're very happy to help you out.
Pretty sure they would be.
Yeah.
We have another question from Mustafa Hamad, who would like to know, what about old partners? Will they benefit from the reduced partnership fee at renewal?
Yeah. So for old partners, until the remaining of their contract, everything stays the same. stay the same. Once at the end of the contract, they will have the opportunity. Either way, the renewal for the ready partnership at the before mentioned cost, or if they want, they can also become a learning partner in the future. It's literally their decision to make. So for now, nothing changed. And once they're about to renewal, they will have the same options as new partners.
Okay, we have one comment about pricing. So we are based in Europe, so the prices that we see on our page when we click on the pricing page are in euros, but they will be adapted depending on where you are based. For example, if you're based in the United States, the pricing will be shown in dollars and not in euros.
Odoo is very transparent about the pricing. So if you go into the website and you are in the right region, the price you see on the website is eventually the price you have to pay.
Yeah.
For example, in the Middle East, we are operating with the use of dollars, not euros. So if you're from the Middle East, you will pay in dollars and not in euros.
Perhaps what we can do is we can go to the pricing page and just show kind of how it differs and how you can change the countries as well.
I don't think they can change the countries.
Oh no, at the bottom of the page, if you see for other countries, if you're interested. But
yeah, so if you just go to odoo.com/pricing, you will see.
Oh no, I think you got your caps on.
Yeah.
Partner pricing, I see that there.
So you will see the pricing for the licenses. The price you will see right here in this corner will be the price that you have to pay eventually. For the partners, you just go to become a partner, and then you click pricing right here, and here you will see the official price that you will have to pay for an official partner or a learning partner. For example, right now I'm in Belgium. It's in a Western Europe country, so the price that I have to pay is 590 euros to become a learning partner.
Okay, perfect. So just to clarify that for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Do we have another questions? Yes, we do. We have one from Prav. Excuse me if I get this wrong. Prav Dadior. Are day rate cost success pack prices the same as on the learner membership?
Yes. So the additional services that comes with additional costs are the same for learning partners as for official partners.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
We'll give, I think, our viewers a couple more minutes to ask your questions, and we'll be wrapping it up soon after. But it's kind of interesting that for the partner program, we do webinars regularly. And in February, when we did one, we had 850. And it's incredible that we've grown by almost, 200 in just a couple of months.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we see that Odoo is growing significantly. And, of course, because there's more demand from the end customers towards Odoo, we also see that, and we also need more partners. That's it. So... I definitely invite everyone, if they want to talk with me about this, to discuss this more in detail, and also more respectively to your country and your situation. Do not hesitate to reach out to to just write me an email, and I will be more than happy to discuss this.
Okay, we have a couple of comments about the quality of the leads. So I'll let you feel this one. That most of the leads are students and people just downloading Odoo for testing. So we have actually a couple of different ways of scoring leads. If it's if someone says they're a student and they're downloading just for testing, that doesn't actually become a lead as per se in our system. So that's not a lead that'll be forwarded to the partner. So you don't have to worry about having student leads coming towards you. Another point was another comment is that we work on digital marketing and SEO. We are actually working pretty hard on that. That's part of my job. I'm a digital marketer. We're working on improving SEO across regions. For the moment, we're pretty well known in Europe. And our goal is with the roadshows and with the other projects that we do with the PR is to kind of increase the visibility of Odoo globally.
Yeah. And also on top, for the leads. So it is indeed true that maybe you will have the perception that the quality of the leads will be a little bit less. But the thing is, we receive more and more leads. So the more leads we generate, the more the probability of the leads being to have the probability of leads that are of less quality. But in the end, the more leads you will receive, the higher the chances for you to have at least one good lead in there. So it's kind of like, the more people visit our website, the more interest there is towards the website. And also, nonetheless, those students they can become
future users
as well.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, that's all we have for now, I think. Do you have any other comments that you'd like to add, Thomas?
No.
Okay, perfect. So if you have any partnership-related questions or comments, you can get in touch with Thomas, again, as he mentioned, at het@odoo.com. If you have any webinar-related inquiries, or if you'd like to know what our upcoming webinars, we host one every week. So you can just take a look at odoo.com/events to see the list of the agenda of the webinar that are coming up. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your participation and for your questions and for your interest. And I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.